It's a good morning to do some garden chores. And let's get in here. The pollinators are buzzing. I don't want to get in their way. And I don't want them stinging me either. But it's all about the squash, guys. Lately, it's been about the squash for me. And I've been trying my utmost best to keep these vines healthy and just stay on top of things. Let me get out the way because this, I think I'm in her way or his way. Oop, there's more than one. All right, so let's head on over to this pumpkin. Oh, I got a couple. We're going to be doing some harvesting too because I have a couple ground cherries that are already ready to be harvested. They keep coming in. So I usually enjoy a snack when I'm in the garden, and I have so many tomatoes that are already doing the most. That's all through his tomatoes, and all these here are volunteers. Look at that, guys. And I prefer them when they're ripe on the vine. So that's why you're seeing them here. But let me just take you in here to this. This is a moringa squash right here. And as you can see, I have them elevated on two of these little plastic thingies that I purchased just to elevate them off the ground. And I'm doing this just because in my experience, I have had issues with bugs boring into the bottom of it while it's sitting directly on the ground. And I want to keep these all throughout the winter and store it up for as long as I possibly can so we can have a constant supply of food. But look at this, guys, what's going on here. Do you see this residue or this that's oozing out of the pumpkin right here? And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to harvest this one. Just this one. And there's a culprit right there. Okay, it's a yellow and black bug. It's called a cucumber beetle and it's very destructive. Because this right here is what it does. So I'm going to go ahead. I did see when it started it and I kept hitting it with the vinegar solution. There's another type of bug right here too. Everything is trying to get a piece. See that? Yeah. So it's sitting directly on the ground, but yet still we have damage. So hopefully this one doesn't have damage. I don't really want to bother it, so I'm just gonna let it sit right there. Look at that. See that? That's this one and that other yellow and black one that I showed you earlier. So it's not soft or anything around this area. But what I'm gonna do with this one is, I'm pretty sure the seeds are okay because the tendril is already dried out right here. But if you notice this one, the tendril on this one has not dried out. So that's when I usually store it up. When it's fully matured and the tendril right at the top of where the squash is attached, when that's dried out, that's when I usually harvest it and I'm able to store it up long term. Ooh. But this is a beautiful looking moringa squash. And there is some damage to it right here, but that's okay. I can always cut this up and freeze it. I try not to freeze a whole lot of stuff that I can actually store up. And this is why I try so much and try so hard to get it to go to maturity. So that way I don't have to worry about freezing it. I can store it in a cool, dark place and it'll be fine while I check on it occasionally to make sure that nothing's going on with it. It's not getting soft or anything. And I'm just gonna do a little walkthrough and check on some other ones that I have here. And this is my shisho that I'm growing. Nice and tall, but I'm watching out to see when the seeds come out. But guys, this is another huge pumpkin that I have here. I'm not sure what variety this is. I know the tag is somewhere. Let's see what tag this says. Oop. Eggplant. Oh, there is an eggplant in there? Yeah, there is an eggplant somewhere in here. Because these vines are just running out. Everything else that I have in there, my herbs, my eggplants, everything. But my focus is just on my food that I'm about to store up for the long months ahead in the winter. So I'm just focusing more on those. Even this one right here still looks good. Okay, well the tendril has dried. That's because I had vine borer issues and I trimmed it all the way back. So we'll see what's going on with this one, and if need be, I'll just cut it up and freeze it if the vine dries completely out before it's fully matured. I just want to make sure that the rind on this thing is okay. It feels really good. Beautiful squash. For those of you that don't know, this is a Georgia Candy Roaster, and it's the first time I am growing it this year, and it is doing really well. But yeah, I'm just doing my morning walk around, checking on my squash and my pumpkins. I think this is a blue pumpkin. This is the one that might be the blue pumpkin. Don't quote me on that, but I got a lot going on in here, and I just wanted to come to you again with another squash and pumpkin update. I'm going to be doing some harvesting. Okay, let's sit this down right here. This is some amaranth. This water really came through. Okay, this one's doing okay. This cucumber is ready for harvesting. Let's see what else is going on, but cucumber, suyo long. Why is this one? Okay. I did add some compost here. Ooh, we got blackberries. We got blackberries. One in snack. I'm gonna come back and harvest these because I'm gonna need a little bowl. But for now, we're just, oh, this pepper is ripe. And do you see how this pepper is growing? It's growing up instead of hanging. And this right here is a hot burrito pepper. I love to have my fruits ripen on the tree. For one, the seeds are actually mature enough and you can save the seeds. And once it's fully mature, then it tastes better. I'm gonna check on this cucumber vine right here. We got a few going on here. And I have some more. Okay, I'm gonna harvest these cucumbers right here. And this is not a harvesting video. I know I need to go harvest some stuff. This is a Max Pack cucumber, and it's a nice little pickling cucumber. Prolific bearer. Packs on a lot of cucumber on it. I did plant some more just recently so I can have a fall harvest. And so I just wanted to show you about the pumpkin and what was going on with it, and to show you that the bugs actually bores into the pumpkin itself. So just look out for that when you're gardening. Go check on your garden, check on your plants, make sure they're doing okay. What I do is I come out here and I check on everything I have here, especially if it's sitting directly on the ground, like these melons. I have, this is a Sugar Baby Bush variety melon that I have here, and it's doing really well. There's putting on more watermelon on it, more flowers. I'm gonna walk around and do a harvest because I need to grab those tomatoes. These are some cantaloupes I have here, and I have it on this trellis. I'm gonna tie it up because it's obviously gonna get heavy at some point. But it's, look at this, all these cantaloupe everywhere popping up, and I chose to do it that way because I think it's a better idea from the experiences that I've had over the years to just trellis everything going up if I can and just support it, just tie it up. Because these bugs are, they don't play. They just come through and they would eat whatever they can eat. They would eat whatever they want to eat and destroy your entire harvest. So stay on top of it. Okay. Stay on top of it. I trellised this on this past weekend and it's already looking better. I pruned it through. It's looking nice and green. I put some compost and some warm castings down in here. Some pretty good rich soil here. And it's doing pretty good. See? See, it was gonna drop anyways. This is a ground cherry. I'm gonna pop it in my mouth. Oh, it tastes so good. It is so flavorful. It's sweet. Nice burst of delicious flavor. But yeah, I'm just doing my walkthrough, so I decided to turn on the camera. I gotta come in here and prune these vines back again because the pruning must continue. The vine looks really, really healthy. And see, the vinegar and water solution does work. And this is sitting right here on the soil. So it's going to regrow some roots and keep this plant nice and healthy. Look at this. I had this planted here since in the spring. Look how beautiful it looks. So this is what I'm going to continue to do and how I'm going to continue to do it because it's working for me. You may have a different method that's working for you, and that's totally fine. Everybody's situation is different, and so you just have to go ahead and use what works for you. These rabbits are not playing. They keep... Look at this. But I've gotten so much of these, but look how much more flowers it's throwing out. And these right here, as you can see, guys, I have harvested in the back, and I will be harvesting in the back row. But in the front here, I'm letting this go all the way to maturity, because guess what? Let me just show you. Guess what? I'm going to keep these so I can replant them next year. So that's what's going on here in my garden. Pretty organized. I have a plan on what I want to harvest and what I want to keep for seeds, and so that's important also when you're gardening, to have all those plans in place. I'm just paying attention to my pepper tree here. This is okay, now my bean has a flower on it, or actually flowers on it, and this is a runner beans. It's a Taiwan yard long bean. It's the writing on it is erasing, but that's okay. But yeah, this is my morning walkthrough, and I also check on all of the vines to see if we have any fruit coming out at any point in the vine so that I can secure it. See that, guys? I just pulled this up and it was already in the ground. So this is what I mean when I say you can check on your vines, and if you have vine borer damage, you could always cut it off. If you find that there's a root and a healthier part, you can cut off that old damaged part, because it's gonna root. So you can keep that growing. I have all sorts of things going on in here. Cucumber. I'm gonna harvest this one also, because this vine looks like it needs some help. Yeah, I think I abandoned that one for quite a bit, but it's trying. So I'll come in today and I'll prune all these off, and the ones that are damaged, I'm going to hit it with some of my solution and keep it pushing. So guys, this is all for now. I'm going to go harvest some food and continue to do my walkthrough, and we'll see how it's going. Be encouraged. Keep growing your food. Make time for your garden. I know some people may have it hard and may not have as much time for the garden, but keep pushing. Don't get frustrated. Whatever little you can, spare it to your garden because it helps you understand your garden better. It helps you grow your own food and feel better about being able to grow your own food. Stay positive and keep growing. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time right here on Fifi's Journey.